What's going on, y'all? So, this is going to be the first video in my little mini-series vlog for my DCIM capstone project. So what I'm going to be talking about in this first video is digital clothing. And not just what digital clothing is, but how digital clothing has been, as you can say, adopted into the fashion industry, technology industry, and in a really big sense, the social media presence. So in the end of, not the end, but in the description of all of my videos, I'm going to be listing the article. So you can read up on it if you'd like, just hear my opinions and see how I emphasize what the article has to say. So, the first thing, digital clothing. What is it? So, in general terms, it's basically just, as written out, digital clothing. It's something that you can buy online, just like any other piece of clothing, except it's not tangible. It's going to be something that you have, but it's going to be on a digital platform. So, a company called Carlings created a digital clothing line where consumers could buy clothing that, with forewarning that they would not get that clothing in advance. It's something that they can use online. And this digital clothing is e-fitted, meaning that it's going to be fitted to your body based on a scan. So your phone will scan how you look and it'll fit the clothing to that image. So in terms of a social media presence, social media is something that we see in our daily lives. And after seeing that, after going through social media, whether it be like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, over the last couple of years, fashion has been steadily become one with social media presence. You have a lot of influencers, a lot of artists, a lot of celebrities showing off their high fashion goods, high or streetwear luxuries that most people can't afford. And it brings up the idea with their social media presence. This is having an artist or having someone famous show off clothing is something that inspires other people to, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. And I'm just going to really involve myself and encompass what it is to be a part of the fashion or luxury industry, trying to get into it just like anyone else would. So digital clothing is something that, in a sense, really like brings that a full circle. In terms of digital clothing, at least, people aren't gonna have to spend all that money. Carlings sold their digital collection, each piece for $20. So people won't have to give up an arm and a leg for some digital clothing. They also, more on the business aspect, businesses aren't going to have to consistently get materials and have to output these materials into the market, meaning that businesses are saving on money, but also in any form that comes up with making clothing, there's also going to be that downfall involving the environment with processing, picking, and just really sending out. So with just digital clothing at hand, people can create that social media presence that they've always wanted. They won't have to go out and buy all these clothes. They won't have to go out and like wish that, oh, I wish my Instagram account looked like that, my Twitter account looked like that. I wish I was like those people. That's not going to have to be a thing if and when digital clothing starts becoming a trend, starts really getting into the industry and into social media in general. So, and more on when I was talking that business side, with companies not having to produce, it's going to save on a lot of money. Today we're in a digital age, something that we can just go online and buy something. So imagine if we didn't have, there's also that idea of immediate gratification. We're not having to wait for all those items. We're not going to have to wait because it's all going to be in our phone. One thing that I find that could be potentially possible because of digital clothing is a digital closet. So meaning that you'll have everything at your fingertips, your entire closet. Yes, I understand there's apps that bring together that idea where you can have pictures of your clothing and show them off. But also the idea that now, especially in like a social media sense, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok even, you can just imagine just being able to swipe like, oh, I don't like that t-shirt. That's the one. I don't like these pants. I don't like these pants. That's the one. Let's swipe and see what sneakers I get. Imagine having a digital closet. So, because nowadays it's more about the social media presence rather than the actual individual, which I'm going to now get into. Yes, digital clothing plays to our strengths in terms of technology, in terms of fashion, in which we can basically flex things that we don't actually own, but technically do own because we buy it online. But flexing that idea, that clothing piece that really guides our life. And this is going to be the negative side. Even though it's positive, and like I mentioned, there's also the negative side that it plays to our weaknesses. Having something like digital clothing also plays with our insecurities. Fashion in general plays with our insecurities because at the end of the day, it's a popularity contest. This is something that we see, and this is something that we want, and if we can't have it, it's like, oh, I want to like back away. So that's the negative. If everyone's also buying digital clothing, which is a great innovation, but I feel like it would be a great innovation in small sects. With all that being said, I think it's definitely going to be a thing. I think a digital closet is definitely going to be in our future where we can show off what we have, but I don't think it should be for the reason that of popularity or the reason of flexing. It should be just because, oh, we like this, so we're going to do it. Because the whole reason of streetwear is to enjoy what you have, to enjoy these pieces. They're high coveted, but it shouldn't play to, if I don't have it, I'm going to be insecure about it. They're both positive and weaknesses to digital clothing, and I feel like that's just how it's going to be. No brand can really fix that idea of insecurities because people don't own it. But with digital clothing, it's definitely going to be achievable, so everyone can be also on an equal playing field. So those are my thoughts on digital clothing. If you want to read up on it, like I mentioned before, the description is down below. And in the next video, I'm going to be talking about 3D body scanning in the fashion industry. So yeah, catch you in the next one.